If you spend your time sleeping, you'll be poor. Keep busy, and you will have plenty to eat. Again, another great motivation in that it's not going to be given to you. See, here's the problem. There's a certain prosperity gospel out there. You might have heard this term. Has its roots in I believe, its roots or its inception in a New Age philosophy called The Secret, which is basically a manifestation where you believe it and focus in on it and it becomes real. Like that, the universe creates it because you have willed it into being. If we really think we have that power over God, we are sorely mistaken. Christians often talk about manifestation, and manifestations of thought, or focus of thought, is something that will set you up for being ready for opportunities to create. But the key is that if you spend your time sleeping, you'll be poor. If you spend your time just focusing in on this and doing nothing, you're just waiting for it to happen, it will not happen. Okay, you need to take action when the time is right to plow your fields. You need to be ready. What we call manifestation, if you're constantly focused on something that you desire and you're asking God for, and you are setting your mind upon that, there's a certain focus that comes out of that naturally. It's the way God designed us. I'll give you an example. So let's say that you have decided that you've done your reviews and you've read the articles and you've viewed the YouTube videos and whatever, and you've decided that there's a certain thing that you want. Let's say, for example, it is a Toyota of some sort. That's the car you want to buy. And next thing you know, you'll notice that you start seeing that everywhere you go. You're like, how did this happen? I manifested. All these Toyotas are all around me. It's a sign. No, it is that our brains have been designed by God to do this, to have this level of focus. When we take the inputs out and just say, okay, I want to focus in on this, the inputs haven't changed. Nothing about the world has changed around us. Nothing. But our inputs are being now focused on. We are receiving so much input at all given times that we cannot possibly process everything. My brain is receiving signals about everything that's happening in this room. And there's not much happening in this room. But I know that there's a slight amount of airflow. I know there's lights. I know there's two kitties on either side of me here. There's one right there. I know all this. I'm getting this input. I know it, right? But if I try to focus on one thing, then I just focus on that one thing and not the others. And that is the way that quote unquote manifestation works. It has nothing to do with that God is somehow obeying you and saying, oh, prayer Jabez or whatever. No, it's not that simple. We have to follow the whole book. We can't just pick and choose the verses that lead to prosperity. That's just not how this works, all right? We need all this in our lives. And so if you spend your time sleeping, you will be poor. That's just the way that works. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. And if you're focused on something, then you will have that farmer focus. You will say, okay, it is time to plow right now. I can't be lazy right now. I can't be whatever excuse right now. I guess I just need to manifest the crops in the field that will be planted. No, you need to get off your tush and go plant the fields. That's the way this works. It's not manifestation. It's not creation. It is willing to be working in creation. It must be Sunday. I'm preaching. But that needs to be said. And it's so frustrating to me when I see Christians that misuse that or being misled by these new age philosophies like The Secret and things like that. It really does break my heart when they think a personality test is going to tell them all about the way they should order their lives and not listen to what Scripture is telling them. Ugh, so frustrating. Just want to shake people. Let's move on, shall we?
Join DJ Eshelman for a chapter of Proverbs every single day. Subscribe and click the bell to get a reminder sent to you. Live broadcast typically at 8:30 a.m. Central Time.